A lot of home gym owners think the reason that they're not making progress is their equipment, their schedule, or the fact that they don't have access to a commercial gym. But after speaking to a lot of home gym owners and spending years training in one myself, I've come to a pretty clear conclusion. That lack of progress has very little to do with any of those things and almost everything to do with a lack of structure. If you're struggling to make progress in your home gym, this video is for you. I've got 3 mistakes you're going to want to avoid if you're not making them already. Let's get to the video. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, this is Strength and Steel Reviews. My name is Chris. I was a high school English teacher in the great long ago, and now, somewhat strangely, I'm a home gym equipment reviewer and a certified personal trainer. So over the course of running this channel, I've noticed a problem, or really a few recurring problems. Problems that seem to be especially prevalent in home gym training. Now, most of us are working out at home. We're not working out at commercial gyms, local gyms. We're not surrounded by other people. We are confined to the beauty of our solace in our garage, our shed, our basement. Now, obviously that peaceful seclusion is one of the greatest appeals of any home gym. You don't have to wait for a machine, people aren't staring at you, or worse, trying to force you into a conversation that you definitely don't want to be in. Time is short, most of us are busy, we have jobs, we have families, we have lives to attend to. And as a home gym owner myself, obviously I love having that control at home, and I wouldn't take it back for the world. So don't think I'm about to suggest that we wrangle up a collection of members from your local Gold's Gym and bring them home to work out with you. This is not that. What I'm saying is that I think independence comes at a cost. The first mistake that I see a lot of home gym owners make is this: they don't follow a structured program. I think that lack of inspiration from the chaos of a local gym comes into play here. You're not watching people push themselves, attempt new exercises, experiment with different techniques, and of course occasionally do something completely ridiculous and silly. And because of that, I think sometimes it can be very easy to become complacent. And to me, complacency in a home gym usually looks something like this. Well, I've got about 45 minutes before the kids wake up. Maybe I'll do chest today, maybe shoulders, might squeeze in some bicep work, why not? Maybe wander over to the cable machine and attempt to recreate some bizarre exercise that you saw on Instagram that morning while you were sitting on the toilet. It's a hodgepodge of different decisions. You get the idea. And before you know it, the kids are hollering for breakfast, 45 minutes have passed, and you've done a little bit of everything and absolutely nothing that resembles a structured program. And that can be fine. Listen, you exercised, that's important, that's half the battle. I'm not criticizing effort here. I know what it takes to show up, and I respect it, I really do. But generally, without a plan, those workouts are unlikely to take you anywhere beyond the joy of those brief respites. They rarely build upon anything. Monday doesn't connect to Wednesday, Wednesday doesn't connect to Friday, there's no clear direction. And ultimately that's because there's no clear progression system. There's no clearly stated objective and no plan in place to take you where you might want to go. That's a problem. And so what I've observed is that a lot of home gym training ends up being kind of random, kind of aimless, if I'm being honest. There's no direction, again. A lot of muscles get trained, but they get trained the same way over and over again. You'll see 3 different squat variations in the same workout, all basically hitting the quads in the exact same way. Or you'll see multiple presses that all target the chest and the shoulders almost identically. So it feels like you're doing a lot, but you're really just repeating the same stimulus again and again. And in the fitness industry, that's often referred to as junk volume. Nothing's really happening. The muscle's exhausted and you're officially just spinning your wheels and wasting energy. A good program avoids that. It organizes movements so that the muscles are trained efficiently, not redundantly. Now, if you're okay with redundancy and the ritual itself, that's fine. I get it. We all have one life. Live it however you want to. But if you're not content and you want to be stronger and you're not getting stronger, or you want to be more muscular and you're not getting more muscular, or you want to lose fat and you're not losing fat, well, you probably need a program. And I don't just mean some random program that you had ChatGPT construct for you, or something random that you found buried in a Reddit thread, or some crazed 22-year-old influencer on TikTok yelling at you through a reel. What I mean is an actual training program, something designed around your goals, your schedule, and most importantly for a lot of people watching this channel, the equipment that you actually have in your home gym, because a lot of that is minimal and a lot of that is specialized. Most people that watch my channel are fathers with minimal time and minimal equipment, but they get to work out at home, and because of how special that is, they decide to do it and they do their best. And the beautiful reality is you don't need more than 45 minutes and you don't need much equipment. You get yourself a bench and a cheap pair of adjustable dumbbells and something glorious can occur, but it's unlikely to occur in the same way without a structured program. You need a plan if you wish to progress. Progressive overload rarely happens randomly, and if it does, it's notably inconsistent. It happens consistently with structure. Goals require a plan. They do at work, they do at home, and they certainly do in your home gym. And that leads directly into the second issue that I see all the time with home gym owners, and that would be tracking. They don't track anything. Already they're not tracking which exercises they do regularly, they're not recording the weight they're lifting, and they're not tracking the reps they actually accomplished so that they can move up in weight safely and progress. But to make matters worse, they're also not setting any macros, and they're not tracking their calorie intake. And listen, especially if your goal is to lose fat or build muscle, monitoring your calories and setting some kind of macronutrient target is going to be a crucial element in determining either your success or your perceived failure. Because depending on your goal, whether you're trying to lose fat, build muscle, or maintain your weight, the total number of calories you consume matters, and the type of calories you consume most certainly matters. For example, if you eat more calories than your body burns, you're in what's called a caloric surplus, which generally supports muscle growth and of course some accumulation of fat. But it can be a lot of fat if you're careless about what you consume. If you consistently eat fewer calories than your body burns, well then you're in a caloric deficit, which is obviously going to lead towards fat loss, towards weight loss. But it isn't that simple. There's the kind of calories that you're eating too. For example, if you're dieting and you're trying to lose fat, you're going to typically want to keep your protein intake pretty high. Protein helps preserve muscle mass while your body is in a caloric deficit. And if you don't have enough protein, your body generally doesn't just lose fat, it's also going to lose muscle. So if you're not tracking these things even roughly, it becomes very difficult to discern why your body is changing or not changing in the way you want it or don't want it to. Because if you don't know what you're doing in the gym and you don't know what you're doing in the kitchen, progress becomes very difficult to diagnose. And if you can't measure progress, it becomes very difficult to make progress. The third mistake I see a lot of home gym owners make is this. They think they need more equipment. They think they need better equipment, fancier equipment, more expensive equipment. And I'm happy to report here that they're wrong. They most certainly do not. Now, listen, I love gym equipment. Obviously, that's the whole thing. That's the whole channel. And I'm fortunate, I have access to a lot of it. My garage gym has some pretty fancy pieces in here, and I do use them, and I do enjoy using them. But if I didn't have them, I would be perfectly fine, because I would simply construct a program using the equipment I actually had available. It wouldn't stop me from doing a damn thing. If you give me a bench and some adjustable dumbbells, I'm good, I'm going to make things happen. But don't get me wrong, it never hurts to have more equipment. Variety can be useful. And if you enjoy collecting gym equipment, I completely understand that impulse. In fact, by nature, I support it. But I would never delude myself into believing that having any of those things is necessary. And with a good program, proper progression, and consistent effort, you can build something pretty impressive. You really can. The equipment can help, but the equipment is not the reason that people succeed. The program is, the tracking is, the consistency is, the discipline is. And without those things, even the most elaborate garage gym in the world can become just another place where effort goes to spin its wheels. And this is actually one of the reasons why I've decided to start working with home gym owners specifically. Many of us are similar. We're fathers with minimal time, an affinity for hard work, and certainly an appreciation for the simple joy of working out in your own home. And through this channel, through conversations with viewers and other garage gym owners, I've noticed the same problems come up again and again. People don't need more equipment. They need structure. They need a plan. They need someone to help them organize their training around the equipment they actually have during the time they actually have available, and focused upon clearly stated goals. And that's what I help people do. When I work with someone, we build a program around their schedule, their equipment, and their goals. Most of the time that means simple, efficient workouts that fit into about 45 minutes, an hour if they have the time, using the equipment they actually own, continually analyzing progress, modifying plans accordingly, and of course, tracking. Because the truth is, you don't need a massive commercial gym to get stronger, to build muscle, or to lose fat. You just need your lovely little home gym, a clear plan, and the discipline to follow that plan. If you think I might be of some interest to you, click on the link below to schedule a consultation directly with me. I'm genuinely honored to serve this community in whatever way that I can. It's been very good to me. But whether you choose to work with me or not, I hope this video helps you make the most out of the gym that you've worked so hard to build. It's a real treat to work out at home, but you do want to feel that sense of progression. You want to have a mission, you want to accomplish that mission. But anyway, if you enjoy home gym equipment reviews and you want more training tips from a fellow dad, go ahead and subscribe. Otherwise, you guys stay strong, you stay steely, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.